Stuart, thrilling into the game once again. What was your take on that 90 minutes?
Listen, Scott, I think the overriding emotion is that we're happy to get a point with the position that we found ourselves in. There's no question about that, and I know everyone will come here and expect and want Motherwell to win the game. I do myself, but I think with the position we found ourselves in, down to 10 men, 3-2 down in the game, there's obvious elation that we get ourselves back into, gaining a point as it seems. But loads of frustration. It's not a good performance. I'm not going to stand here and try and tell anybody it's a good performance. I thought we started the game really, really well. Started in the front foot. Mika comes up with a wonderful finish, and it gets us that first goal that we've kind of been longing for quite some time. And you imagine that we are a team and a group that we've proven time and again that we're quite good when we get our noses in front. We can be good when we get into that position. And then I just felt that we took a backward step. We start to retreat, and not to vindicate myself or anything like that, but you hear the frustration. There's frustration in me. There's frustration in some of the players. That no way is that the game plan to then drop off Dundee and let them have the ball and start to probe. And all that said, you're going at half time 2-1 down. You can imagine my frustration and how upped I am that you find yourself in that situation. I think they had 2 efforts in goal in the first half, and they scored with both of them. Defensively not good enough throughout the team, but I think so much of that starts to build because we take a backward step and we start to drop off towards our 18-yard box. And I would love us to be that wee bit more progressive, and I'd love us to be that wee bit more aggressive when we don't have the ball. Second half, I don't think again that we started brilliant. I don't think there was any great rhythm to what we had, but we get ourselves level through a wonderful header from Bevis. And you think that that's possibly the catalyst for us to then sort of kick-start in the game and go again, similar to what we were in the early stages. And then Harry Payton's red card comes, and it obviously gives us another major task. We're having to play with 10 men again, and we're having to find ourselves in a position where you're trying to be disciplined defensively, changing your shape yet again. And all these things sort of conspire against you, as does the kind of deflection off of Bevis that lands at Robinson and it gets Dundee's third goal. But, I've said it once or twice and I don't want to keep saying it, but the endeavour for the players, their application, even when it's tough, even when everyone's getting on their case and all the rest of it, and I think the very fact that we've go and managed to eke out that equalising goal to make it 3-3 tells you everything what the players are trying to give, even in times when they're not playing well and they're not making good decisions. They're still trying exceptionally hard, and I'm delighted for Big Connor to go and get the finish. I thought Ollie Shaw and the build up to the goal was terrific, absolutely terrific work that he does to set the goal up. But all in all, Scott, the point is good just now, but when we analyse this tomorrow, it's not going to be a good watch for us. I understand that. I've told the players that, and we have to look to try and rectify it. And we've got another one coming quickly up in Dingwall on Tuesday. And we have to be a better version of ourselves, especially if we got our nose in front. We have to show a little bit more courage in what we do and where we start and where we set our team up, because that becomes really disappointing for me to get that early start, get that fast start, and then feel as if we almost start to drop back within ourselves.
Big moment in the game was Bevis getting us back on level terms, and almost straight from kick-off, Harry then receives the red card. It's a big turning point in the game. What did you make of that incident?
Instantly, I managed to catch a glimpse of the screen where the referee was over having a look at it, and then again I think we were told that it wouldn't be this still. That's the first thing that comes onto the screen. It's a still. It doesn't look good. I'm not arguing with the red card. Where I do take exception is there was a challenge on Blair Spittle last week at Celtic Park that was horrendous. It was a really poor tackle for Greg Taylor on Blair Spittle that goes punished with a yellow card. Today we received a red card, which I would expect, going by the guidelines and going by what we are told will be a red card. But I don't see a huge difference between the tackle that was on Blair Spittle last week, which by the way left a really bad gash kind of halfway up his leg, but we were told that last week that was a yellow card. That was checked and everything was good with it, and then this week, lo and behold, we find ourselves away a red card for Harry Payton, which again I'm not complaining about, but we as managers, we all sit here every single week and we keep telling you that we're so frustrated with the inconsistencies, the officiating, the challenges we see that repeat themselves over and over again, but the outcomes are completely different. And what I would love to do is I would love to join all of this up, that each official sees these types of challenges the exact same way, because us playing against Celtic last week with 10 men maybe changes the context of that one, and then certainly today it changes the context of this one when we go down to 10 men. We'll accept it when we're wrong, but we also have to gain from it at times when those types of tackles are put on our players.
Is it fair to say the boys are accepting that today probably wasn't good enough, but it's a good point at the end of the day?
Yeah, listen, the immediate feeling, because we're all fighting, we're all scrapping here, is that there's a lot of kind of joy when that ball hits the back of the net from Connor Wilkinson. But immediately when you go back into the dressing room, you know, the first words that come out my mouth are, it wasn't good enough. You know, it wasn't good enough. I'm not taking away the joy that some of the supporters get and what the players get when that goal hits the back of the net, Scott. But very simply, for us to move forward and for us to be better as a football club, we have to be better for the other 90 odd minutes of the game, and that's what disappoints me most. But I can assure everyone that's the bit that we go back to the drawing board, we analyse it again tomorrow. The players will be in here preparing for the game on Tuesday, and we try to rectify it and we try and pick them up as well, because there's moments in that game today where some of the individuals and some of them collectively didn't have a great day. They didn't have a great day, but ultimately they're still human beings, and we have to try and pick them up and make sure that we can get them pointing in the right direction for Tuesday and then the games that come. I think 7 now between now and the break, and we have to try and pick the players up and make sure that they're going in with confidence and that they really believe in themselves.
Thanks for your time, Stuart.